Good morning, Stackers. It is your Monday market update with me, Joe Main, going out live on X and on YouTube right now. We're going to take a look at gold, crypto, Bitcoin, and all the things that I am currently in. Did I get into anything? Am I getting out of anything this week? We'll take a look at all that stuff. A quick little Monday morning update live with my GMS family. But first, let's do the synchronized slurp. It is the favorite part of your day. It's where you grab a tasty beverage, I grab my tasty beverage. We slurp our beverages synchronously together. You want to do it. I want to do it. Let's do it together. You must do it audibly. That is the rule. Are you ready, my funky people? Here we go. Whatever you're drinking, slurp it with me right now. 3, 2, 1, go. It is Monday, the 12th of May. Happy birthday, Claude. You might not see this, my friend. My longest time friend grew up together. He was born, then I was born, literally newborns living next door to each other in Ivanhoe East in Melbourne in Victoria. What an amazing time in the 70s and 80s that was. Yes, that's how old I am. Happy birthday, my friend. You are watching Good Morning Stackers, brought to you by Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, mastering the markets, masteringthemarkets.com. I'm Joe Main. Who the hell am I? I've stacked precious metals since 2010. I've stacked crypto since 2013. I'm stacking silver, satoshis, stocks, skills, and more with my amazing society here. That one's for Jason Ashworth, the GMS family. Let's do some quick shout outs, then we'll get to the market update of the today. What's going to happen this week? I don't quite know. But of course, we'll start off with some quick shout outs. Lance, good to see you, my friend. Oh, you're back with the whole whatchamacallit, the deal, saying good morning in a certain language. Fantastic. Don't know what that is. I'm not even going to guess. You can tell me. I know that one, Lance. Oh, it's Finnish. Fantastic. Good to know. Thanks, Jason. Good morning, everyone. Morning, Joe. Morning, Jason. Good to see you, my friend. Where's the intro music, Joe? Good question. I'm now going to trial not doing that again, because I have to think about my YouTube engagement stuff as well. So if there's a whole bunch of people dropping off in the first 30 seconds to a minute, it's like that's not good for the algorithm. So kind of got to get to it pretty quickly. And Niels Hahn Dynasty is in the house as well. Shall we do it? Let's do a Monday market update. What am I in? What am I not in? Let's just look at all the other stuff that we normally do. Precious metals, Bitcoin, crypto, and we'll get straight into it, my funky, funky people. I'll share the screen here. Now, we're going to start off with gold today. We usually start off with the precious metals and we just go through some lists of stuff. It's not as organized as I would like it to be. I'm going to get a bit more organized and put it into specific sectors and that kind of thing. I've got my little color codes here, but sometimes it can get a bit much. But right down here as a quick little, anything in yellow here is something I am currently in. As a current, except there's a few things I just got out of, but I'll tell you what they are. But here is gold on the daily time frame priced in US dollars. Again, I've been a stacker of precious metals since 2010. We are still in a slight downtrend, but it's a short-term downtrend. Okay, we're still in a massive uptrend for gold. Okay, so don't be fooled to thinking that we're just heading downwards and downwards and downwards from here. You're still technically in a bull market in gold, at least. I mean, based on here, even this simple trend line, okay, it goes back to the daily, back to February of last year. You're still in an uptrend. You just had a little bit of a FOMO peak there. But, anywhere down, you can get down to here, and that's fine. That's just par for course, man. You could come down to, pick a number, right? But, maybe down to, 2,900, 3,000 kind of dollar area, and that's just butting up just support. Okay, yeah, and then onwards and upwards you go. But I am expecting slightly lower prices from here. So if I pop you onto the hourly or the 4 hourly, that's what I'm expecting. We have seen a little bit lower too. After, just for the proof as of why I had been saying this, we had that massive move up to the $3,500 level. Then we posted this low here at around about $3,200. You pop in Fibonacci from this high and this low, and you ask, okay, it needs to get through some key areas in order to say onwards and upwards from here. Normally, you'd be looking at, and let me get rid of you for a second so you can see that a little more clearly. Normally, you would be wanting to get through this zone here. Okay, that's called the zag zone, or actually technically it's the zig zone, because markets zig and they zag. Okay, that they go up and down. So in the zig zone here after posting a low, now technically it got through it. But what do I always say? You've got to be careful. You got to be careful of the 0.786. For me, this is, when it clears here, that is not always the absolute, oh, we've cleared here, onwards and upwards we go. You can really get trapped here sometimes at the 0.786. And gee, where did we find exact resistance? Right here at the 0.786 from this high and this low. That's at 3,440 US dollars. And I said very clearly over the last week or so, we need to clear here to say, yeah, absolutely new all-time high coming. You clear there, oh, that's just, there's no problem, right? Okay, but we did not. And then we actually sailed back down through this level here. So then if we do the following, where we go like as such, and I'll get rid of you and you and you, then we take this low and this high, we do it in the reverse, okay? This low and this high, and then you say, okay, it needs to find support at the zag zone. Again, zig, zag, cool. Again, if you understand what's happening here, I'm using all the parlance from Mastering the Markets, masteringthemarkets.com. So it needs to hold this area here. So it needed to hold here in order to say, okay, this is just, that's a zig, come down to the zag zone, and then you find support there. We had a little spike down. Okay, maybe it's still gonna, might hold, okay, and then no. So we just broke it. So now I am expecting lower prices. Could I be wrong? Yes. Now, what does lower prices mean? Lower from here. Okay. Am I saying absolutely heading down to much lower? Don't know. You don't know what the market's going to do exactly, and neither do I. But the on balance of probability, gold is going to continue a bit lower. Now, you can watch out here for the 0.786. If I say, which I do, hey, you got to, like I talked about this high and this low, there was that 0.786 level. Right there. Got to watch out for that on the going up, right, as resistance. Well, watch out for it on as support potential. So from this low and this high, just watch out for there. That's really where you would want to not cross below. So that's at 3,250 US dollars. Do that, and just like here, it's just in reverse. It faked you out. So fake us out here, no problem. And here's what that sets you up for potentially. And I'm just talking potentially. Okay, let me show you on the daily. Is that on the low? No, actually, no, that doesn't set that up. My apologies. That doesn't set it up. What would? I am wrong about that. Sorry. Here's what might potentially happen. Here's something that's potentially playing out. So, yes, preferably you want to hold that 3,250. Cool. And again, all this stuff is just intraday kind of stuff. It's intra-weekly stuff. Buy dollar cost average. Just do that as your stacker. Don't worry about the short-term prices. However, here's something that could potentially play out, and I'm just spitballing right here. Okay, what you can see here is a lower low, on the relative strength index. Right here, it's starting to form and it already has formed a lower low technically, okay? If the price does come down lower than here, okay? So if we get a little bit of a dip down into this general area, sorry, my apologies, that's the other way around. I was right the first time. I'm still learning, by the way. Let me just show you here. Divergences. I'm still learning about, I've been an investor for a long time, but I'm still learning, getting my head around the bullish and bearish divergences and hidden bullish and hidden bearish divergences. I was talking about a hidden bullish divergence. And what that is a low, it is a lower low in the price and a higher low. Oh, okay. Am I completely wrong there? Lower low in price, higher low in things. So that would not be low. Bearish is higher, high, lower, low. Oh, you're looking for a bearish divergence. Higher, high, lower, high. Oh, okay. So you have that's a regular. Damn, Joe. Higher low, lower low. There we go. Thanks for your time. Please subscribe to my channel. I am not infallible, just like the rest. So we were talking about a potential hidden bullish divergence. That is where you make, let's say you bounce off this 0.786 here, okay, and it starts really turning around. So you can see, oh, that's definitely the pivot, okay, right there. Just like Ross in Friends, it's pivoting, okay. That's forming a higher low, and then you've already got a lower low. There you go on the relative strength index. So if we do come down to that 3250. Okay, that forms a clear pivot and it bounces up, and then you've got a lower low. That's a hidden bullish divergence on the daily time frame. Okay, and that's a bullish thing. Okay, higher low, lower low, and then that's setting up for a higher move. Okay, so just watch out for that. If you don't want to watch out for yourself, just subscribe to me. Cool. Anyway, that's gold. That's where we are at the moment. I am expecting a bit lower. Watch out for 3,250. Preferably to hold, please, and thank you. That would set that up really nicely on the daily time frame. As I said, that is gold. Let's go to silver. And if you have any chart requests, let me know, and I will potentially take a look at those. But we're probably going to scan through quite a lot of stuff today. This is probably just a big scanny day rather than a big talking to the camera kind of day. Cool. And comments and all that. We will get to them. But this is your Monday market scan with me, Joe Main. You're watching Good Morning Stackers if you're just joining us live. What else do you need to know? Silver on the 4-hour. Let's go to the daily time frame. $32.60. Currently still holding, and that's good. Okay, it's still holding, and that's great to see. So silver is holding up. It seems to be holding up definitely stronger than gold, and you can see that it definitely is because you're seeing the gold to silver ratio have a drop at the moment. So silver holding up nicely. As you can see, touched once into the zag zone right there and didn't even make it into there. That's very positive, okay? Whenever you just bounce off the top end of the zag zone and then you don't spend any more time in there, that's quite positive. So as long as we remain above there, really good, okay? That could be setting up for this beautiful move, and all I need to do is just basically move that. Can we just do that? Upwards through here. Let me get out of there and just clear that $35 level. As you know, final boss, $35. That is right up there. There's your final boss. Do that, and onwards and upwards we go to $50, breaking $50, and then it's the sky is the limit. No joke, sky's the limit. Undiscovered country, Star Trek 6, undiscovered country, price discovery. Okay, so yeah, clear 50, we're good. Clear 35, excellent. Then clear 50, who knows where silver can go. We've been talking about $700 US silver in the next 10 to 20 years. And I've had people much smarter than me confirm that it's a real possibility, not 100%, but yeah, $700 US silver. Okay, that's good. Looking great for silver. Short answer, just hold above that $31.60 level, and so far so good. Cool. Let's take a look at platinum. Platinum. Oh man, we might just be breaking out now. Platinum is broken. Let's see, we're at $1,000. Is the market open? And the market is open. We've opened the day. And let's show you the weekly time frame. We've been screaming about platinum just recently, haven't we? I've been making videos about platinum. A video that I made has had just some really steady gains every single day. It has been one called Platinum is Dying. Here's why you should buy it. Talking about the fact that platinum is in massive accumulation mode, highly undervalued versus gold and silver. And we're nearly there, people. So I'm not in platinum, okay? I'm not back into platinum. I will consider getting back into platinum when it breaks here. And also I'll really be looking at the platinum miners as well. I did a live stream last week talking specifically about platinum miners. If you want to watch that, just go to my channel and watch that. But they have a potential of outperforming the physical metal itself. So why buy physical platinum when you can potentially outperform the physical by buying some key miners as well? Although, if there was an index fund for platinum miners, that would be much more safe to get into. Or if you just love the physical, because I love the physical too, just buy physical platinum. Easy. You can get it everywhere at every major bullion dealer, and the premiums are pretty good. And the buyback rates should be spot price if you're going to the correct bullion dealers. There's only 2 bullion dealers in all of Australia that give you spot price for your precious metals. One is the company that I used to work for, that I was their first employee, and I launched and grew their YouTube channel. You know who they are. And the other one is Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. They're the second company in Australia to buy back actually at spot price. They'll buy your gold, they'll buy your silver, they'll buy your platinum back at spot price as company policy. Okay, and they also give you free shipping, and they're the only company that give you free shipping when you buy over 20 or more items. 20 or more items in your shopping cart, instant free shipping Australia-wide. Okay, Perth Bullion Exchange is the best bullion dealer in all of Australia. I know it, you know it, and if you don't already, go to perthbullion.com.au and find out why. They even price match as well. There's a few T's and C's, but come on, man. perthbullion.com.au and potentially get yourself some platinum and some gold and some silver from there. My favorite bullion dealer. So that is platinum right there, and gold to silver ratio, as I showed you. Nothing else really to show. Copper, I don't really want to talk about at the moment. Rhodium, I'm keeping an eye on. It is still within its major support level, so you're fine with rhodium at the moment. I'll keep watching it, and if it does clear those major levels, then we'll start talking about it more to consider actually getting into rhodium as well. Don't buy the physical. You'd be buying a tracker like this on a stock. It's a stock, an ETF. Cool. That is all the precious metals. I currently, of course, I am all silver. When I own physical metal, I'm currently all silver. I own a tiny bit of gold and a gold ring. Okay, 22 karat gold ring. But when I'm precious metals, I'm all silver. As you know, I'd been moving a portion of my precious metals into the crypto market recently, and I could be ready to get back into precious metals from that. I will have been able to increase my stack a little bit, which is good news. And this time I'm going to be probably looking at silver and definitely some platinum as well, for sure. So I'm not going to be an all silver guy soon. I'm going to be, whether it's a 50-50 split, I don't know. But yeah, silver is king, platinum probably the queen. As I said this many months ago, actually, I made a video called Silver is King, Platinum is Queen, or something like that. Anyway, let's see. That is all the precious metals. Let's go to crypto. Let's have a look at Bitcoin in general, and then we'll go to others, and we'll talk about what I am currently in my general portfolio, stocks, crypto, etc. Cool. Here's Bitcoin on the weekly time frame, priced in US dollars, 104,032. Okay, man, looking good. Just need to hold that 96. That's really all you need to do. Hold there. Hold the uptrend line from the previous all-time highs in February. Just hold that. That's it. Cool. As long as you hold there, we're golden. Okay, pretty great. Some people saying we might be coming up to some resistance here. Yeah, sure. But on the weekly time frame, look at that. And then also, if I pop you on the monthly, there's the monthly time frame. Looks great. Let me show you on the quarterly. And there's your quarterly. Okay, so the quarterly ends. We're only halfway through this quarter candle. We can pump a little higher, can't we? We could pump it even higher the next quarter, couldn't we? Here is the relative strength index. Okay, currently it's a lower high than last quarter, but the quarter has not even finished yet. This could end up in a higher high and a higher high, and that's confluence, and then it's just a continuation of the trend, most likely. So looking good, I would say, at the moment. On the longer term, however, on the short term, you're going to have your ups and your downs, your zigs and your zags. So now let's go into the shorter term time frame. If you're a stacker of Satoshis, then you just buy on the regular. Maybe in the next, couple of months, we're going to see higher from here. But if you're a trader, if you're on that, you want to get the best price humanly possible, then we need to pop into the shorter term timeframes. We'll look at the 1 hour. Let's see, what are we noticing? Anything in particular? You have a potential actually on the 1 hour. Do you have a potential hidden bullish divergence right there? I could be wrong on that. That could be is that a higher low? Yeah, I'm using the wrong pivot point. Don't worry about that. Ignore that. So on the 4 hour time frame, it looks like the steam is starting to roll off a bit. And look, we've already been extremely overvalued. And there was your bearish divergence on the 4 hour time frame. So that's played out, or it's playing out. So higher high, lower high. That was your signal right there. Right there is when you hit that. Well, actually not right there. When you confirmed that that was a pivot point rather than going higher, you probably had to wait for this next candle, 4-hour candle there, to say, okay, higher high, lower high on the relative strength index, and then that's like, and we're extremely overvalued, so we're potentially ticking over. So it's true, we might still be potentially ticking over here. I will actually note though, maybe I'm wrong on this, and this is where I'm not the professional, but if you're using the 4-hour, that looks like, now look, this 4-hour isn't done, so I can't say that this is true. But you have a potential hidden bullish divergence playing out. Okay, where you have, again, the higher low and then the lower low. So watch out for that. Short answer is, though, over the longer term, I think you're looking all right at the moment for Bitcoin. Nothing would tell me that we're going to have a massive spike here and then we just sail back down to, like, you know, $75,000, $50,000 and all that. It's looking pretty good when you look at it on the longer term time frame. Pretty good. If I look at this on the yearly time frame, well, let's do the biannual. Okay, that's that on the 6 monthly. Okay, pretty good. Okay, and this is here on the yearly as well. Yearly is pretty much par for course at the moment. Gee, what do you know? What happens on the yearly? Okay, you have recently, so what's that? 2013, a red year, 1, 2, 3 green years. A red year, 1, 2, 3 green years. A red year, 1, 2. We're in the third year. Okay. Looks pretty good. I would say higher prices are very likely, more than 50% chance higher prices from here over the next, 7 months roughly. Where it has the high, I don't know. It could be a much less of a pump, okay, 130, 140, 150,000, but I think higher in 2025. At this stage, just got to stay above that $96,000 level. Just bear in mind on the shorter term, though, we are extremely overvalued on the daily. Okay, so you can come back and test, some areas down here, that 98,000. Watch out for that. Testing previous support, cool, no problem. Just don't close below that $96,000, $97,000 level, and golden, fine. That's Bitcoin. Here is others. Ooh, okay, all right. Here is others, looking good on others. We've had that pump, which is good to see. Just now, let me get rid of you and all of that. This is on the daily, cool. Daily time frame. Actually, I need to pop this back in. From this high and this low, there you go. You've got your zig zone. Okay, we've just touched into it, and you can expect some resistance there. Right here, right now, I don't know whether we have a bit more of a retrace or we continue up. It's right in this little no man's land area. So short answer is, I don't know in the next 24 hours. Can't say 48 hours. It's either ways possibility. Okay, if we pop this on the weekly time frame, the weekly, I'm guessing. Look, if I take a look at that weekly candle, as long as we don't close in the next, say, well, we're opening in 5 minutes. As long as we close around about here, that's looking quite potentially good for a bit further pump. And you do have room to move higher. And I've been saying this sort of $315 billion area where all that trapped money is right here. Again, I'm using the parlance of other people. That's because I'm imbibing it so well from mastering the markets. We'll talk about them in just a second. Right here. So you get into the zig zone right here, anywhere between here and here. You've got to fight through there first. So I would be expecting major resistance here, but you've got a little bit of resistance here at the point 382. That's the bottom end of the zig zone. Cool. If I pop into the 4-hour or the 1 hour, what might it be telling us for the next at least 24 hours, roughly? Next couple of days. You can see that peak. Excuse me. So others is the altcoin market minus the top 10. Okay. Right here, bearish divergence on the 4-hour. Very easily, you can see that. That did that. Okay. That, and excuse me, I'll use you. Higher high and flattening out. So that said, bearish divergence and some lower prices coming. Okay, now from bearish divergence, you can then have some hidden bullish divergence. So you have to watch out for that. So I would want to see this close below Do I take it from here or do I take it from here? What would be right? I don't know, but let's take it from there. No, I've taken it from here, haven't I? Because I've already got that drawn in. Have I taken it from there? I think I have. No, can't. What is that? Don't know. Let me take it from here and here. Excuse me. That's probably the best way to do it. That's on the 4 hour. No, I disagree. Excuse me. Thank you and good night. Right here on the daily time frame. There we go. There is your zone that you would not want to cross below, and we haven't even gotten down to there yet. Okay, so this could be just a little blip along the way. We went close to the 0.382, but it hasn't even bounced off it. So looking all right. I would just watch out for a tick over here. Just watch out for that potential tick over down into this area. Then I would really want the buyers to be stepping in, preferably in this area here. And I'd like to give preference to the 0.382. That's around about 260 billion. That's a really good sign. Again, if it bounces off the 0.382 rather than getting into the belly of the zag zone, that would be, that's great. Looking really good. Then if you clear around about there at 277 billion, onwards and upwards, likely we go. So let's look at, so short answer is, I don't know. If I was giving I'd say short-term bearish. Maybe in the next 24 hours we see a little bit of lower, but I'm just kind of spitballing here. Let's see. Let's take a look at everything that I am now currently in. But if you would like to learn more about being an investor, if you'd like to be a better investor, let's start with that. Do you want to be a better investor? Like Chandler from Friends, as I channel him, you should head over to Mastering the Markets, masteringthemarkets.com. Why? They're Australian owned, operated and managed, etc., regulated educational course. Okay, headed up by the amazing ASX trader, as you know and love him on YouTube, etc., an amazing technical analyst, okay, an amazing trader, and started Mastering the Markets last year. Has 2 educational courses, a 10-week and a 1 year. Okay, so if you just want to learn to be a better investor, just learn the basic principles of Dow theory and technical analysis foundations, sign up for the 10-week course. Then, here's the great thing. If you decide, oh my God, I learned so much in this, you can actually transfer those 10 weeks into the year-long course. So then you would just pay the difference between the 10-week course and the year-long course. So you might just want to go, oh, okay, I want to learn more. Give me more, please. Do the year-long comprehensive program. There's a new intake happening in July. I'm planning on signing up for that year-long comprehensive. Okay, and the funny thing is, though, I'm already learning a whole bunch by just being a member of the Mastering the Markets Academy. Now, they are my brand sponsor, so I am getting, normally you would pay for this. It's a monthly subscription, and it's nothing to do with courses. This isn't course stuff. That's separate. This is just if you want to be in their community, in their society, okay? And I get complimentary access to that because I am sponsored by Mastering the Markets, but you can join for free. So anything that they talk about free will be in this section right here in the general community, and anything down from here below is the paid membership from the Mastering Markets Academy. What do you get? You get 2 weekly calls, private weekly calls, Zoom calls, going through technical analysis, and here's what we're looking at, and give me your tickers. Here's what I see on this by ASX Trader. 2 a week. You also get 2 a week by Craig Dickinson. You also get 2 a week by Craig Tapping. You get Frank. You get Jonathan Evans' time cycle theories. You get Tung's macro analysis. Tung is a multi-millionaire who just does this to be helpful, and Tung is amazing with his macro analysis. You might have seen his work and his posts on Savvy Investor Facebook group. You've also got Shane Elliott, who is an amazing Elliott wave technician. He's actually a certified Elliott wave technician. This guy knows his stuff. So all of this paid back-end stuff, and also you get ASX Traders just charts that he's looking at as well. So almost every day, he'll say, this has changed market structure, this has done this. I've learned so much just by being a member of this. Now, normally I would have to pay for it, a monthly fee, but I'm not forking out for the courses and all that. So even if you just want to learn more in that way, join the Mastering the Markets Academy, academy.masteringthemarkets.com. I'll put a link below to the sign up page once the live stream has finished. That's masteringthemarkets.com. Let's take a look at everything that I am currently in right now or not in, okay, as the case may be. And this is everything in yellow, although I do have to say I haven't changed these. I'll be honest, I got out of my crypto positions to potentially play that little dip here. Now, that was probably, I'm going to tell you, not probably, that was a wrong move. And I'll tell you why it was a wrong move. So everyone makes mistakes. It could be a wrong move. Here's the reason why. It could be a wrong move because, let me get rid of all this junk. You don't need any of this junk right here. It could be the right move, but it also could be the wrong move. And I'll tell you why. It might be the right move because maybe we head down further and then, because I sold out around about up here, maybe we head down further and then I snap up some cheaper crypto once we get, if we do, into the zag zone somewhere in here. So that could be the right move, right? Hey, maybe I snap it up and it does something like that. Oh, great for me. And maybe, breakout of a downtrend line. There you go, breakout of a downtrend line and then retest. That's very par for course. Breakout, retest, that kind of lines up there with the 0.618. So that could go down as deep as that 240 something $billion area. Okay, that could do that. Great. I could scoop up some cheaper crypto. Sold out, made a little bit of tiny bit of profit, and then I scoop up more cheaper. That would be a right move. But on the larger macro scale, it's probably the wrong move. Okay, why? Because nothing was saying that it had changed its market structure. Okay, I did get in an area where if it even broke down below here, I was still in, I would have broken even, okay? So I kind of broke my rule and I was trying to be greedy. I thought I was smarter than the market because what could happen is this could fly away from me very quickly. So I do think I made the wrong move. If I had my time again, I should have just kept my positions, but I thought, oh, I'm so smart. I'm smarter than the market. Look at this, look at this, bearish divergence on the 4-hour time frame. It's definitely going to go into here. I could be wrong on that. And so why risk it? So I am out of my crypto at the moment, but I'm looking to get back in. I might have to get back in at slightly higher. If we do this, I'm going to have to buy higher because then it looks like it's probably going to come up to that $315 billion area. The things that I'm in will probably pump another 25, 30%, something like that. Right, so it was a wrong move technically, but here's what I am currently in. We'll talk about the crypto. This is what I am out of at the moment. Crypto-wise, I am now out of Doge, but I will be getting back in if it has some lower prices. I am currently I was in something called ENA, okay? I got out, but I'm looking for some lower prices, and what I'm looking for is to sweep this zone somewhere here. So ENA, look it up, people. Right there, I'm looking to sweep it at around about your 37-cent area, somewhere in this area right here. Hopefully we just bounce off the 37-cent area. So even this is in yellow, I'm out of it at the moment. I was in Gala, okay, just got out of it, but I'm looking again to sweep that zag zone. Why is that not doing it for me? So if I take it from this low and this high, it was the beautiful move, and I'll show you on the macro. I did get out and I'm looking at it again in this area here. That would be probably a breakout and retest. Let's see, anywhere down, I'd probably start taking positions here at myself at around about 2 cents if we get into there. Once again, I'm taking the risk here. If we just sail through around about 2.3 cents, that's probably the 618 right there, the 786. We do that, then I might need to start buying higher, okay? Bad news for me, but I am expecting down into there, 2 cents, I'm taking the gamble, okay? Don't do what I do. That is Gala, and have a look at Gala. Gala's had that beautiful breakout. This is Gala on the, daily time frame. Let me get rid of all this crap so you can see a little bit better. See, that inverse head and shoulders has been playing out. It has come up to the 0.236, but we've still got room to go. There's your trapped money here at 3.2 cents. So I've taken a little bit of a gamble here, haven't I? I could not get that little retrace. And why was I doing it? Because I was greedy. I said, oh, I can buy a tiny little bit lower. I should have held. Okay, so I might have to suffer the consequences of that if it runs away from me. Anyway, that's Gala. And if this continues the move, if you get down into there and that holds a support, so that must hold a support at around about 1.8 cents. If you do that, golden, you're looking at the trapped money up in here. So that's at least that 3.2 cents. And yeah, so that's still got room to move on Gala. Also, GRT is something that I did get out of, looking to get back in. Again, could be a bad move. Let me show you on the 4-hour time frame. Get rid of you. And here, so far, we've actually found support at the 0.236. We might not close down into here. So I might have to suck it up and buy a little bit higher. But right for GRT, you'll be looking at 11 cents. Preferably get down to there and preferably bounce off there, but it can go anywhere down to basically 10 cents. So between 11 and 10 cents is the area that you would expect it to go down to into the zag zone if this is going to pivot here and continue down. Cool. So there, I'm expecting to buy there. Again, I might, if it crosses, 12 cents roughly, I might need to start buying higher. That is what it is. I was also in something called Pole. This is all cryptocurrency, by the way, and then we'll get to all these other ones that I am currently in. They are stocks. This is Pole on the daily time frame. Pole had broken, so this is left shoulder, right? Yeah, you could call it inverse head and shoulders. The neckline, maybe that neckline is a little bit too steep, but we did break here, and so I actually got in this one. I got out of in profit. So if I got out of all my crypto in profit, okay, in slight profit, so I made a little bit, which was nice. But again, if we do not head down into this area that's on the daily, take it from this low and this high, see, haven't done it even here. Here is your zag zone. That's the area that you would expect to find support in, okay? So I'd be looking at purchasing around about 25 cents down to about 23.5 cents right there. And I will be staggering my buy orders. So just in case, I might put a buy order there, a buy order there, a buy order there. And if they all get triggered, well, I've just averaged my cost down. Or if one of them just gets triggered, at least I got in a little bit, and then I'm watching for the signals for higher. And the signal higher for Pole is 27 cents. If you break 27, then onwards and upwards, very likely we go, barring, all the usual stuff. And I was also in Render. Render I did get out of. Again, similar thing. If I take it from the recent daily, if I take it from the weekly, no, you can't say that has pivoted just yet. I have to take it from the daily. Cool. So right here, again, I might be having to suck it up and just buy back. There's that low, and if that's the high, if we're seeing lower, see, it's rejected it. Could be wrong, but that's your area in which you would expect it to get into. Excuse me, that was wrong right there. And that's somewhere between $4.90 and $4.60. This could sail above here, and I might have to suck it up again, right? And finally, whiff. Whiff is running away from me, unfortunately, so I may have to really suck it up with whiff. I've been finding that the meme coins in the last 24 hours have been holding up better than other crypto. That's very interesting. Just keep an eye out on meme coins in general. This is whiff. So again, if I take it from this low and this high, ooh, not so good, Joe. It could turn around and, come down into the zone. Similar thing here in this area here, the zag zone, and that's between 80 cents. 80 cents and 70 cents. Cool. If we crack above, I'd say right here, 94, 95 cents, then I might have to buy higher. Otherwise, I'm just looking for this little kind of dip into here. And I will be in. And in whiff in particular, I've got buy orders here, and buy orders here, just to snap them up if they all get hit. And I'll have to take a stop loss lower I'll just have to suck it up and take the loss if necessary. That is all the crypto that I'm looking at getting back into. And I just want to show you Pepe as well. Just want to show you how these, and Toshi, because these have been really holding up quite well. Okay, take a look at Pepe. Pepe holding up really well. All the meme coins, or the big meme coins, have been holding up well versus the other crypto in this tiny little dip here. It's very interesting. So that's actually holding quite well. Again, on balance of probability, I'm going to say that we're going to see some lower because it looks like you've got some kind of bearish divergence playing out there. So on balance of probability, I think everything in crypto goes a little bit lower over the next 24, 48 hours, but I've got to be wary that I get, suckered and then I have to buy higher. And Toshi as well, I want to show you. Toshi also holding up much, much more well. The meme coins holding up much more well than the regular crypto. Okay, so you can see Toshi, good old Toshi. Here is Toshi on the weekly time frame. Look at this. Let me get rid of that. Toshi on the weekly. This is the Coinbase price. This is, you don't see all the other stuff that's been here. Just know that Coinbase listed Toshi. Toshi is the face of Base. It's the face of Base chain. It's the meme coin based off of Brian Armstrong, who's the CEO of Coinbase. He has a cat named Toshi. Someone created a meme coin named Toshi, and then Coinbase finally listed it. And that's when you saw this massive rise from somewhere down here all the way up to like 0.0025. Similarly, having a consolidation like everywhere else, found a low down in here. We just cracked up. That's really good, okay? We just now have to be aware of, markets zig and markets zag. So it has been holding up though. So if this is the level, what I'm looking for is to, yep, there you go, right there. I had it drawn in. So interestingly though, on the 4-hour time frame, as I showed you, it's holding up much better. So it actually bounced off already. Now here's the thing with Toshi, it already bounced off the 0.382. So it has actually technically gone into its zag zone already. So it's had one touch, and then we've broken back above. This is very interesting here for Toshi. This could be, with any stock, any market, you're going to have outliers. Okay, so could Toshi be the outlier in the next 24, 48 hours where it just rockets up, not rockets up, where it has higher prices rather than everything else going down? There's always outliers. So if I take it from this high and this low, you can actually see then, when I get rid of this for you, you can actually see now, if I get rid of that, we're actually through its zig zone. Okay, so from this high and this low, we're actually through there too. Sorry, excuse me, that's the 0.236. I want there. It rocketed through there. Look at that. Through there. Got through it. And now we're bouncing off the 0.618. Toshi could be one to watch out for in the next 24, 48 hours to continue its run while everything else potentially has a bit of a dip. Okay, so far, actually, I'd have to say so good for Toshi. As long as we hold above, I would say that 0.0007 area, okay, you might see higher prices. So just watch out for Toshi. It's just interesting, again, the meme coins in general have been holding up better than regular crypto. So that's all the crypto stuff. Let's take a look at the general stocks that I am currently in as well. So here's everything I'm in, and I'm currently still in. I am in ABB. This is Aussie Broadband Limited. It is in the telecommunications sector, and the telecommunications sector, can I find it? Is it down here? Yes, it is. Give me one sec. I'll find it. Telecommunications sector is doing quite well at the moment as well. There's your TJ Communication Services. If I show you on the weekly time frame, this is telecommunications. Okay, it's in a nice little bull thing, and there's nothing saying that it is going down from here. Of course, markets could go up and down, but it's looking so far so good. So telecommunications might be doing quite well. You can see here it is nearly busted through its zig zone. Okay, so there's the 0.382. The 0.618, and we're nearly in there. I guess you've got to watch out for some trapped money up here, but so far, telecommunications, as that communication services, that's the correct one, isn't it? Yes, that's Staples, and that's, yeah. So ABB is the one I'm in, Aussie Broadband, and I'm currently up on my position at the moment. Of course, I'll see what happens from there, but we had this nice little breakout and then the retest. So that's really good for ABB. Once again, to show you on the daily time frame. Perfect. Breakout of the downtrend line, a retest on the daily, retest bang on, okay? And what we would need to do, at least on the daily, if I pop in the 4-hour, then we want to clear through, just to be safe, you'd want to clear through here at around about $4.22. If this is Australian dollars, if it closes through $4.22, I would say, yeah, just onwards and upwards, but I'm actually bullish on that at the moment, so I'm not expecting it to break down. If it does break down through $4.08, then yeah, watch out for some lower prices. You don't preferably want to break through that downtrend line. A breakout, a retest, and then onwards and upwards would be preferable. That's ABB, which I am in. I'm also currently still in AG. This is a silver miner. Okay, First Majestic. I think it's the biggest silver miner in the mining space. Okay, I've been in it back here. I'm actually not in profit at the moment, but I'm holding it for the long term because it's a silver miner. Okay, we know that silver miners will be going strong. This is not a trading one for me. This is the longer term hold. Okay, because I know silver miners will be outperforming the physical silver soon. I know where silver is going over the long term. I know where silver miners are going versus silver in the long term. So I'm just completely happy to hold that. So that's a long term hold. Let me just show you SIL just for S&Gs. SIL. Now look at silver miners. Okay, this is the silver miners index. Hoo-wee. There's nothing telling me that that's in a bear market. Okay, it's looking really good. So happy to hold. Highlighter. I don't want any of you. You can go away. There we go. And I'll get rid of you too. No, I'll keep you. So silver miners looking fantastic. And that's all you really need to know. Broke the downtrend line, just like ABB. Broke the downtrend line, came back to test it, and now potentially breaking it. Just to be safe, I have an alert here at around about $43.10. This is US dollars. And it's going to alert me when it's broken here, and that's just saying, yeah, onwards and upwards we go. So looking great for the silver miners over the longer term. And if I show you the silver miners to physical silver index, let's see where we are here. This is a huge market scan, people. I hope you're enjoying. Sil to silver. Oh, cool. It's been a while. It's been I think it's been a week or two since I've looked at this. Wow. Okay. Silver miners versus the physical silver. This is saying, is it better to be, doesn't mean you have to swap between the two. Okay, just you do you, right? But is it better? Are there certain times where it's better to be in the silver miners? Will you get a bigger gain versus being in physical silver? And right here, it is potentially, it's nearly at the breakout point. It's actually above the breakout point. It's bullish above 1.27 on the silver miners to physical silver index. We had a test. This is on the weekly. Let me show you the daily. We had a test. We came back to test. If I do that right now on the Fibonacci, I bet that gets right into like one of those Fibonacci levels. Let me double check there. Yeah, right down to the 0.618. There you go. Didn't touch it exactly, but got right into the zag zone, and then we found support perfectly there, and we've broken back up. So my bet at this stage is we are going to continue onwards and upwards on the silver miners versus physical silver index. Again, this means, and look at where we are in the bottoming structure of that. That is a very clear bottom. As we all know, we all love a very clear bottom right there, especially Jason Ashworth, who's watching right now. Hello, Jason. Good to see you, my friend. And right there, it's clear bottom. Look at that, mate. We are probably onwards and upwards from around about here, noting that it does go up and down. Very unlikely that we see some lower lows from here. I mean, I'd give that a 5% chance at this stage. That looks like we're changing market structure, and then we're now into bullish territory for the silver miners in general. Does that mean individual silver miners? No, it just means if you want to play silver miners, buy the SIL, okay, that silver miners index. Perfect way to do it, okay? It's the best risk to reward, okay? But yeah, we are rocketing onwards and upwards, and my kind of major swap area later on down the track, whenever that is, it's somewhere between about 1.7 and about 2.4. You've got to watch out for this downtrend line. Okay, you've got some trapped money, as you would call it, right in this area here. See that? Right there. All in there. So you'll find some resistance here at that 1.7 mark. That probably aligns quite well with that downtrend line. Wouldn't that be interesting if by, again, this is on the weekly time frame, so if by the end of this year, so that takes it to December 2025, if we just kind of rocket up and up and up, and then you find resistance bang there on that time frame, that would be really interesting. So watch out for 1.7, and then you'd probably get some kind of resistance. And then I think, though, over the longer term, we're heading up to around about your 2.4. Anywhere between now and there is good. Or actually, I should say, oh, yeah, and what is that? Of course it is. That's there's actually the zig zone right there, but I'm giving you my preference to here at the 0.786, I think. But yeah, you'd be watching anywhere between 1.7 to 2.1, roughly. What does that mean? If you bought a whole bunch of silver miners here, maybe the silver miners index, you could then play this because you love physical metal. You hate mining indexes. You hate stocks. They suck. But you're noticing this. You're going, oh, man. Whew, man, I think the miners are going to outperform the physical for a while. I think I might buy out some silver miners, and then I'm going to swap it for much more physical silver in my hands, other than if I had have just been buying physical silver. Do that. Up your silver stack by buying some silver miners. Not financial advice, but that's what I'm looking at. And the SIL is looking about to break out. This is looking at in a bottoming kind of structure, looking like it's breaking out pretty well as well. Silver miners are looking good. And as I said, I am in AG, so that's one I'm happy to hold. That's First Majestic Silver on the New York Stock Exchange. If you want to get into it, you know how to get into it. So that's First Majestic. Again, on its particular one, it's not confirming complete bull market for its own stock just yet, but that's okay. Happy to hold. Rising tide will raise all ships. So that's AG. Shall I go in alphabetical, or shall I look at, I'm not in any other silver miner, so don't worry about that. This is a trade from a while ago. This is Bubs, Australia. This is BUB. It's in the staples sector, but staples also happen to be breaking out, consumer staples as well. So I'm happy to hold this. I'm technically still down in that one, but I'm going to hold it because look at this. The consumer staples market is in new bull territory. Okay, it broke its market structure back here in, well, it had a break and then it came up to there, then it broke back down, double bottom. We all love a double bottom. Okay, double bottom off of bullish divergence right there. That was a great signal. Not that I picked up. I got it back, I don't know, it was back here somewhere. I don't know. But anyway, staples looking good. So that's looking good for some kind of higher move. So I'm happy to hold Bubs as well. It's in the, I think it's in the top 10 of market cap, I think it is. Do you want to find out how to find whether it's in the top 10 market cap? Go here. Go to listcorp.com, and you can find the sectors, right? And this is the ASX sectors. So if you go to consumer staples, right, and then you find where is Bubs. Bubs is, if I just do a BUB, it is number 21, sorry. So it's in the top 20, it's just under the top 20 market cap in the consumer staples sector. Okay, consumer staples sector. That was wrong. I didn't want to show you that. Consumer staples sector looked like it's going to continue to do well, and Bubs is in the top, just under the top 20. So I'm still bullish on that. So I'm still holding it. Here is CHN. This is Chalice Mining. Completely happy to be in Chalice Mining. It's actually still under where I got in. Don't remember where that was. It was back here at about $1.50, I think it was. I am bullish on that in the longer term. You've also got this massive bullish divergence playing out right here, and you've got liquidity grab, looks like, right there. Yeah, look at that. Liquidity grab right there. Came down, grabbed it, so I'm pretty bullish on this in the longer term, so I'm happy to hold CHN. Here's one that I got into that, as we've been talking, has just stopped me out. All right, so I just lost a little bit of money on this one right here. This is CSL Limited. I got into this one because of the watching somebody else and going, you know what, I think I'll just put a little bit into that too. So I did, and I put my stop loss in, and it looks like it has broken its market structure. So I am no longer, let me get rid of that. Boop. I'll put it back on my watch list right there. I'm no longer in CSL. Never mind. Don't worry about it. I got it up here, I think it was. Yeah, that's where my horizontal line is. I think that's where I got in roughly. And now I'm out, and my stop loss was at 235. I think that just got triggered, and I'm out of it. Now, could that fake me out and then continue onwards and upwards? Yes, I might look at getting back into it, but no, not in CSL. Ignore it. I am currently in DYL. This is Deep Yellow Limited. It is a uranium mining stock, one of the big boys on the ASX. If we take a look at URA, which is the Uranium Miners Index, right there, it's been in a nice bullish move, and I am bullish on uranium in the longer term. Okay, so I'm happy to, might I hold it for a while? Yeah, I'll probably hold DYL unless it's going to show me some short-term bearish move in the uranium sector. Okay, then I might just try and get out and get in a little bit lower. Should I do that rule again though? I did that. That might be tripping me up with crypto. But look, URA uranium. Oh my god. Uranium mining sector doing quite well, potential pullback, but over the longer term, I think we're looking very good for uranium. Bullish on nuclear, as you know. Nuclear requires some uranium, or a lot of the big nuclear does. So yeah, bullish on that. Happy to hold DYL for the moment. Let's see, go back to DYL. So that's DYL. Here is EDV, Endeavour Group Limited. This is also a consumer staples. And if we go back to that list corp here, consumer staples, EDV is all the way up here. It is number 3, Endeavour Group Limited. Okay, so I'm in EDV at the moment. Pop you on the daily time frame. And that was coming off that bullish divergence. So right here, and we have the change of market structure here. So it's looking so far so good. So bullish divergence, lower high, higher high in the relative strength index, made a higher high, then made a lower high, then broke that. Because that got broken, that is a change of market structure, and I've been in around about I'm up in my positions slightly, okay? But this could be the absolute start of a complete bottom in EDV. Again, I showed you the consumer staples index. That's in a nice little uptrend at the moment. So I'm looking for a really good potential move. And if it gets back to the all-time high, that's 100% from here. Not bad, hey? And potentially onwards and upwards. Of course, I'll look at where is the trapped money, and also where is my major, what's the word I'm looking for? The major zig zone, okay? Major area of resistance, that's going to be between the 0.382 and the 0.618. So round about there. Something, I just got an alert on SHV. Cool, good to know. But you do have some major buying here at the 0.236. Isn't that interesting how that works out? From this high and this low, gee, what do you know? 0.236. Isn't it interesting how Fibonacci works out very well every single time? So there is some trapped money here. A lot of buyers in here which have gone, I regret my purchase. I think I'm going to get out when it gets back here. So watch out for $4.90. I'm expecting higher prices in EDV. Watch out for $4.90. Once you get through there, then actually your next trapped money really isn't until the 0.5. Really, it's just kind of mainly sellers, a little bit of buying there, but mainly you could watch out for here, and that's at the $6.14 level. So as a trader, if I was looking at it from a trading mindset, I'd be going, okay, might need to be careful around about here and watch we don't reject and then head back down further. But if we sail through here, then I'd be taking probably the majority, if not all profits, maybe not all. You kind of want to keep a bit in the bag at around about there at $6, because that would be from a trading perspective. You're getting in, you're getting out. But if you're in the investing mindset, then you'd be like, well, let's see what happens. If it gets through here, then we could go to the all-time high, sure. But as a trader, you'd be wanting to get out at the major trapped money. That's where I'd be getting at around about $6 to then hopefully look at other things that are in a bottoming structure rather than a topping structure. Got it? Got it. That's EDV. We did all those other crypto. I'm currently in ILU, which is Iluka Resources. That is actually, I am not in profit in that position currently. I took a silly move. This is actually, I think, before I joined Mastering the Markets Academy. I got into that position, but you have a potential inverse head and shoulders playing out here, and it's holding as support too. I think we might have an epic inverse head and shoulders on Iluka if it can break the neckline, and I think that's not that steep. I think if you can break the neckline, yeah, some people would say the neckline would actually be on the downtrend line, but I'd actually just say here. So if you can break right there, I would say epic inverse head and shoulders. That is at about $4.30. You do that. Ooh, we're looking quite good. That would be for a nice little pump. So then I'd be in profit there. So I'm happy to hold Iluka Resources. LOT is a uranium. It's in the uranium sector again. So I'm in LOT, Lotus Resources, on the ASX. We are butting up against some resistance right now. I am hoping that does tick over, but if it does cross below here, I've got my stop loss set at around 14 cents, I think it was, right there. So I'll have to take the loss if I do. That would be a change of market structure. Okay, you get out. If it's going to change, right? If it's going to cross below there, it's probably going lower. Cool. And you've got a potential inverse head and shoulders here playing out. The left shoulder, head, right shoulder right there. So I'm happy to go back down to around about 17.5 cents. It needs to crack back above this uptrend line nice and quickly. Do that. And then onwards and upwards we go. So that's LOT. MTM. I am in MTM Critical Metals Limited. This is one I regret taking. This is one where I don't regret it, but I didn't follow some rules. It was just kind of more like, oh, it's about to make a brand new all-time high. Let's buy it on the potential breakout. It hasn't actually even broken out yet. So I might have to cut my very small losses on this one because I broke the rules. I didn't follow them. Okay, but so far, so good. You have broken through its zig zone, right? So you broke through here, so that's good from this high and this low. Great to see. So you're through there. That's good. Okay, you nearly broke the all-time high. That's good to see. We just need to see this hold here. So right there, and it is so far holding as support. So not out of it yet. I will have to watch. I would say if it starts crossing below right here you start crossing below there at about 21 cents, I might have to just cut my small loss and get out potentially. Actually, no, you know what? I'll put it at 382. No, I'll put it there. 19.5 cents is where I'd be looking at. You cross below there? Yeah, not great. It's MTM. NVX, Novonix Limited. This is in the graphite mining space. Okay, it is looking really good. Many others in Mastering the Markets, they've been talking about that. I got in based on that. So again, joining Mastering the Markets Academy and getting the weekly calls from ASX Trader and Craig Tapping and all those amazing people, they show you these opportunities and they give you the reasons why, and that's why I got into the opportunity, and now I'm currently up on my position. All right, because what do you have is let's take a look at the larger, okay, right there, all the way back to here, okay, Novonix, right here, that high of $14, then you have this recent low here of 32 cents. That's a huge difference, man. But when you pop into the daily time frame, what do you notice? On the daily, it had all been making lower lows, and then lower lows, since here, lower lows, and then not higher lows on the relative strength index. However, just recently, you have a bullish divergence, lower low, higher low, right there, get lost. Higher low right there, excuse me. Right, can I do it properly? There you go. Higher low, and then I think on the on-balance volume, we were also looking good. Yes, we were. It was a higher low on the on-balance volume as well, which is some extra confluence. I Hate this thing below there. It gets in my way every time. Why? It's so flipping annoying. Oh, that's annoying. Anyway, so you've got your double blinkers on. Okay, so that was looking good. Then you broke through. You made a little bit of a high there. Then you broke through it. That was the change of market structure right there. Then you came back to test it. I got back in. I got in on the test, I think it was there. So break that, test it, onwards and upwards, and then we're looking great. So far, so good for Novonix. Of course, anything can happen. Markets can just drop, at the drop of a hat, black swan events and all that stuff. But so far, so good in Novonix. I'm also currently in South 32 Limited, which was, oh my God, South 32 Limited is uranium. 1 second, thank you. Give me 1 second. Grok. Nope. Grok. I'm going to do that. What is it? S32 on ASX. Why don't I remember what that is in? Give me 1 second. I'm pretty sure I know what is in. Give me a second here, my funky people. S32 on X. Yes, Senator. South 32. No. Oh my God. What is S32 on ASX? Ignore. God, previous questions. I hate it when it does that. It's so annoying. It just follows on from your previous question. Oh, it's just a new question, people. S32. Thank you. Globally diversified mining and metals company. Spun off by BHP. Right, commodities. Okay, yeah. Aluminum. Okay, it's just... Okay. Mining. Sorry, guys. I am currently in that at the moment. And nothing is saying it is definitely going down from here, or so it had that break of market structure. Yeah, I might need to cut it, but it was looking good on, let's see, right here. It had its change of market structure, but I may need to cut it quite potentially. Let's see, that's S32, so I'm looking at that. SGR, ignore SGR. Actually, don't ignore SGR. This could be a possible... It's in a massive downtrend. SGR is the Star Entertainment Group, okay? This is something that I got in as a little fun thing to do. I only put a small amount in. It's because ASX Trader talked about it. It was a little play that he did because it just looked interesting. It was like throwaway money. So it's just basically put something in that you're willing to risk, that you're willing to lose. SGR. Then what happened after I got in at around about 15 cents, roughly, they went into voluntary administration, or they were about to go into, right? They weren't sure. They were having some troubles. Then they suspended. Okay, so trading was suspended after I got in for a good period of time. They've recently lifted the suspension, and it's now trading again. And they have secured a bailout kind of deal. Another company's, propping them up. So there's a potential here. Do not buy this. It's in a massive downtrend, but I would suggest if it can crack above right here at that 11.5 cent mark, you might be onto something. Okay, do not buy this. This was just a joke thing, and if it cracks above there, though, that could be onwards and upwards back to its $1.50, $1.60 area, and that's the area that you would need to crack above, though. Cracking back above 15, 16 cents, then you're like, oh, hang on a second, what's going on with SGR? Are they back in the fold? Okay, and then you've got some trapped money up here. So again, this is just a playful one, and if I show you here, right there, if you can crack above that, again, that 16 cent mark, that could signal something, and you could have a nice little 130% move. Out of interest, where has it been in history? Well, it's been as high as, where are we? Right here. It's been as high as $5.50. Okay. I'm not saying it's getting back there, okay? But hey, you might have a nice little tidy sum if it can get through that trapped money there. So that's just, again, short term, a play that it was just a bit of a laugh, okay? Money that I am willing to lose. That is everything that I am currently in. And yeah, that's your Monday market update. That was a long one, people. Let's see. Have we got some comments to finish and maybe a chart request if we have some time? Great to see everyone watching. Let's see. Lance says, interested to see what happens with the VIX once the US sessions start this evening. Fair enough. With Pakistan and India playing their cards and then Ukraine and Russia peace talks. David Smith says, GMS, was anybody here lucky enough to snag Royal Mint Queen's Beast 10 ounce completer bar? Bullion Now had them listed for about 30 minutes last Friday before they sold out. Yeah, the completer bar. As it says, it's the completer coin of the Queen's Beast. Yeah, they would have gone really quickly. SPX also looks like DCB rejecting at the 0.786. Thank you. Why did it? If I'm doing a market update, I don't look at the SPX. Let me do that. That would be a good idea, wouldn't it, Joe? Let me share the screen, and we'll do that. Share the screen, bro. SPX. That would be right here. Yeah, okay. SPX, this is the S&P 500. If the thing that you are in is not beating the S&P 500, then why the hell are you in it? Let's see. Get rid of all this junk that I don't want. Trend lines, no, just go away. It's just date ranges, no. Couldn't be bothered. I'm going to get rid of all of you. Let's just look at it naked as the day it was born. Yeah, so if I'm taking it from this high and this low, yeah, S&P 500 is out of its zig zone, which is positive. It's up and out of it. It just needs to remain out of it. So it's just hovering there. So, and you just got to watch out for the 0.786, which is, you can say 0.786 or you could say here if you want. That's actually probably a better area. And that's at 5,770 because that's where you've got some trapped money now. People who bought in and gone, oh, this is just a little bit of a dip. Onwards and upwards we go. And then, oh, crap, we're out. So these people here, some of them will go, oh, man, I hate this game. I'm out, man. So, yeah, you got to watch for some resistance here. If you sail through there, you're pretty good. Okay, that would probably set up for a decent move in the S&P 500. So 2025 could still be, looking good for stocks in general. That's the S&P 500 and the NDX, which would be the Nasdaq. Similar thing. Tech stocks, good for Tesla and all those other ones. Similar thing. Yeah, good to see it's out of its. No, it's not. Excuse me. From this high and this low. There you go, Joe. This high and this low. Similar thing, exactly like the S&P 500. It is actually just within its window. Look at that. It's still in there. Okay, got to get out of there. Quick smart, and has to clear above 20,600 roughly, above that trapped money right there. Some of them again will be getting out. So you want to see, like I've had in before, you want to see that. That's it. Cool. Back to the camera. Let's see. GMS. Good time, says Gerald Draper. I do agree. DGB is fine. Look again in a couple of months. Yep. Let's see. Have a great day. Get your favorite alts in order. Make whatever necessary adjustments. Have confidence. Welcome to altcoin season. You're so confident for altcoin season, and I love it. Gerald, still have a couple of weeks to get in. You could absolutely be right. Space Miner is here. Hey, guess what, man? I got to email you. We got to talk. I'm so behind. Yes, you are so behind. I'm behind in emailing you to get you on to talk about crystallized osmium. Let's get you on the channel. I'll email you. I know it will happen. Unless you want to email me back first, and then that'll be the reminder to reply to your email, so then we can set up an interview about crystallized osmium. Sorry, not looking constantly at chat. Oh, that's fine. Yes, happy Mother's Day to everyone yesterday. Lance says, love DYL, been on it since 85 cents. Good on you, man. That's great. GMS says CT from the Lone Star State. And yeah, cool people. I think that's it. You have been watching Good Morning Stackers with me, Joe Main, your Monday Market Live update. Hit the big red subscribe button on YouTube. Hit the follow button on X. Over 1,600 subscribers on YouTube right now. Daily live show every single weekday, brought to you by my amazing brand sponsors, and we take a look at all the stuff we do. Topics of the day, news, reviews, interviews, some show and tell every now and then of some lovely shiny metal like that one right there. You've seen that a few times. My beautiful Debt and Death coin, the original Debt and Death coin from Chris Dwayne. Oh my God. This is the one that I bought these in 2012. Held up really nicely in the capsules. Beautiful. So show and tell. I'll do your show and tell, subscriber show and tell for precious metal stuff. And we just talk about stacking silver, satoshis, skills, stocks, and general bettering of ourselves. Okay. That's what we do. Grab your tasty beverage, people. We shall do the final synchronized slurp as we dance it out too. Make sure you follow me on all the socials, please. Follow me on Facebook as well. I'm going to quickly show you that because I really need your help. Can you really just help me with the Facebook, please? Can I just please right now get you to follow me on Facebook? Facebook.com/TheJoeMain. Facebook.com/TheJoeMain. I need to get over 100 followers here so that I can go live on Facebook at the same time that I'm live on YouTube and X as well. And speaking of X, please follow me on X at It's Joe Main. X.com/It's Joe Main. 3,600 followers there, 1,600 subscribers on X. Lots of ways to find me and lots of ways to interact with me live every single weekday morning. Grab your tasty beverages, people, because you have watched as I get the music ready.
Oh yeah, we're feeling fine. It's podcast time.
Grab it.
Grab a tasty beverage.
Let's do that. 3, 2, 1, go.
Now we're on the move.
Good Monday market update sesh, people. Love your work. Stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking whatever you're stacking, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye.